Oh my God! Oh God! Get out of my house!
Dive into the dark corners of horror with 10 chilling gems that flew under the radar. These lesser-known nightmares may have escaped your watch list, but each one delivers fear that lingers long after the credits roll. Number 10. Depraved.
It was you! It was you who made me what I am!
Utterly depraved.
In a dim Brooklyn loft stitched together with wires and regret, a disillusioned field surgeon named Henry attempts the unthinkable, resurrecting life from the dead. His creation, Adam, is a fragile patchwork of borrowed flesh born into a world that's colder than the steel table he rose from. As Adam stumbles through memories that aren't his and emotions he can't name, Henry's noble intentions rot into obsession. Directed by Larry Fessenden, Depraved reanimates Mary Shelley's nightmare with eerie intimacy and a gritty urban decay. But this isn't just a monster tale. It's a slow, spiraling descent into identity loss, trauma, and the madness of playing God. Each flicker of human connection Adam finds is matched by a cruel twist of manipulation, pulling him further from innocence. Number 9. Storm Warning.
My father said to me once, to catch a mad dog, you must think like a mad dog.
A couple's quiet sailing trip along Australia's coast veers into a nightmare when a sudden storm forces them ashore, straight into the jaws of something far worse than nature. Lost in the marshlands, Rob and Pia stumble upon a decrepit farmhouse, only to realize too late it belongs to a trio of sadistic locals with no intention of letting them leave. As the rain pounds harder and escape routes vanish, the couple is dragged into a twisted game of survival, where every scream is swallowed by the storm. Storm Warning is a brutal, nerve-shredding descent into isolation horror, drenched in mud, blood, and the cold indifference of rural terror. What begins as an accident becomes a savage battle of wills, where civility dies and instinct reigns under lightning-slashed skies. Number 8. Jimmy and Stiggs.
I got these pains in my jaw, like somebody put something inside me. Whatever took me last night, they're coming back tonight. I can feel it.
When washed-up screenwriter Jimmy hits rock bottom, a psychotic break sends him into a delusion that aliens are invading his brain, and the only person who can save him is his long-estranged childhood friend Stiggs. What begins as a reunion spirals into a blood-soaked, neon-drenched odyssey through paranoia, trauma, and cosmic terror. Together, the pair embark on a booze-fueled mission to destroy the extraterrestrial presence Jimmy believes is rewriting his memories, leaving behind a trail of chaos that blurs reality at every turn. The film is a manic explosion of 80s throwback effects, unhinged performances, and psychedelic horror. Number 7. Uncle Peckerhead.
Hello?
Desperate to escape their dead-end routines, DIY punk band Do sets off on their first-ever tour, clinging to a borrowed dream in a broken-down van. When their transportation falls through, salvation arrives in the form of Uncle Peckerhead, a strange bearded drifter with wheels and a warm grin. But there's one catch. Every night at midnight, Peck transforms into a flesh-hungry demon with a taste for human meat. As they travel from grimy club to grimmier club, the band faces a mounting body count, cover-ups, and the growing horror that their biggest threat isn't on stage. It's in the van. Uncle Peckerhead blends punk rock grit with splatter-filled chaos, turning the open road into a darkly comic slaughterhouse. It's a twisted ride through trust, ambition, and the monsters we let ride shotgun. Number 6. VFW.
The second you walked through that door, we was duty-bound to help you.
Let's go.
Inside a rundown bar near the edge of nowhere, a band of aging war vets gathers for drinks, memories, and the comfort of brotherhood. But when a bloodied teenage girl bursts through the door carrying stolen drugs, she brings hell with her. An army of drugged-out mutants led by a ruthless dealer who wants her dead with nowhere to run and no one coming to help. The vets must lock the doors, load their guns, and fight like it's their last war. The film is a gritty, neon-drenched siege horror soaked in sweat, blood, and shotgun shells. The terror here is relentless, with wave after wave of chaos crashing through every cracked window and splintered wall. Number 5. Villains.
You're with us. All right, you're free. Come with us.
On the run after a botched gas station robbery, amateur criminals Mickey and Jules break into a remote suburban home hoping to find a getaway car, but instead uncover a nightmare hidden behind the basement door. The house's seemingly sweet owners, George and Gloria, have secrets darker than the couple's worst crimes, and they're not about to let anyone leave alive. What starts as a quirky break-in turns into a twisted hostage game of psychological cat and mouse, dripping with charm, menace, and razor wire tension. Villains is a devilish blend of horror and pitch-black comedy where roles shift, morals bend, and nothing is as it seems. The deeper Mickey and Jules dig, the more disturbing the house becomes. Until escape isn't just a goal, it's a desperate fight for sanity. Number 4, Cloud. Yoshi, a quiet factory worker, walks away from routine life to chase online success through reselling electronics and health gadgets. What begins as harmless hustle soon morphs into obsession. He expands rapidly, builds a warehouse, hires help, and starts cutting corners to stay ahead. But in the underworld of faceless reviews and anonymous customers, one bad transaction festers into something far more dangerous. As negative feedback turns into targeted harassment, Yoshi's digital empire begins to rot from within, and the threat seeps into his real life with eerie, escalating intensity. Cloud is a brooding techno-horror where ambition curdles into paranoia, and online capitalism becomes a waking nightmare. Number 3, The Secret of Marrowbone.
No one ever will separate us.
Four siblings hide in an old, crumbling estate, desperate to keep their mother's death a secret until the eldest turns 21 and can legally keep them together. But the Marrowbone house is no sanctuary. It groans with decay and something far darker behind its boarded-up mirrors and sealed attic door. As the children struggle to maintain a normal life in hiding, shadows stir above them, secrets fester, and the past begins to claw its way out. The film is a haunting blend of gothic mystery and psychological horror, where grief, guilt, and trauma take on monstrous forms. With each creak of floorboard and whisper in the walls, the truth draws nearer. And what's waiting in the attic is more horrifying than anything outside number 2. Redux.
So I just keep killing the bastard who did this to her.
Irene Kelly lives with a grief that won't fade, until a mysterious machine offers her a terrifying choice: step inside and relive the moment her daughter was murdered in another reality. But this isn't time travel, it's dimension hopping, and each parallel world twists the truth in new, agonizing ways. The killer is always there, wearing a different face, speaking different lies, but always the same core of evil. As Irene cycles through reality after reality, her vengeance deepens and her grip on identity frays. The film is a savage fusion of sci-fi and psychological horror, where the multiverse becomes a maze of pain and purpose. With each universe, Irene loses more of herself, becoming not just a mother seeking justice, but a weapon shaped by grief, rage, and endless repetition. Number 1, The Ugly Stepsister. In a lavish and twisted reimagining of the classic fairy tale, a plain young woman named Elvira lives in the shadow of her stunningly beautiful stepsister Agnes, all while their opportunistic mother Rebecca scrambles to restore the family's status in a kingdom obsessed with appearances. But when mere dresses and carriage rides aren't enough, Elvira submits to brutal transformations. Vomiting worms, undergoing nose reconstruction, binding her figure, each act a grotesque price for perceived beauty. Directed by Emily Blichfeld, the film fuses gothic fairy tale aesthetics with body horror carnage, turning a princess ball into a battlefield of flesh and ambition. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. The Ward.
There's a ghost in here.
I'm sure you believe you saw what you say.
I'm not crazy.
A troubled young woman is confined to a psychiatric ward in the mid-1960s after a fire, and soon she's haunted by a malicious force that lurks in the shadows of the institution. She struggles to piece together her past and the ward's dark secrets while the walls close in on her. The film blends ghostly terror with psychological unraveling in a chilling, claustrophobic setting. Missing couple.
I saw somebody. I heard footsteps and I saw somebody outside.
Let's make something happen today.
They have been inside of our house.
A real-life van life couple embark on a seemingly idyllic renovation of an abandoned farm. But their remote refuge hides something far more sinister retreating into the night. As they document their journey on camera, they realize they're being watched, and the line between adventure and nightmare begins to blur. The movie captures the terror of isolation, hidden threats, and the collapse of trust in the quiet wilderness. Borderline.
This is Penny. She's a big fan of yours.
I killed someone.
Look at that! Friends already.
Set in 1990s Los Angeles, a world-famous pop star and her athlete boyfriend are targeted by a deranged stalker who believes they're destined to be married, and enlists her hapless bodyguard in a twisted game of obsession and violence. As the stalker infiltrates their life, the trio must navigate fame, fear, and a home that's become a deadly trap. Y2K.
Dumbass. I use gel.
You've got mail.
On New Year's Eve, 1999, a group of high school friends crash a party only to find themselves fighting for survival when a global tech collapse animates their devices and turns their night into carnage. With toasters, VHS tapes, and Tamagotchis becoming lethal weapons, they must escape the party and the machines that now